Man, I'm hyped. Just a little bit hyped. Not all the way hyped. It could be better. How you doing, Trey?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Just like last night, I'm okay.
Really? Are you sure? Because tonight wasn't too much better than what happened last night. But I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. Hovik, how about you, man? I mean, you feel... I feel like I'm kind of like pooped out of this whole Raw shit. But how do you feel? Because you look pooped out.
I am. Because not only did I deal with Raw, I was at Disney, had to rush my ass back home just so I could watch Raw. And then, you know how hard it is to catch up on fucking 2 hours of wrestling in less than 1 hour?
It's difficult. I know. I've done it many times.
And I say 2 hours because it's 3 hours. And I had 1 hour left to finish the entire fucking show.
But you got that DVR. I had to go through fucking streams because my stupid ass cable provider has to have the shit on 3 hours later. Else, if we did it my way and did it in a legal way, this show would not come on until another 3 hours from now. That's some bullshit, man. So you know what I did? Actually, here's another thing I did too. I had 4 hours of wrestling because I had to keep watching Raw Talk because that shit kept fucking up. I had to keep rewinding it over and over. But man, I'm gonna start off with that just really quick, y'all. Did you guys watch Raw Talk at all?
No. I watched some of it last night. Yeah.
Okay, Sasha Banks. She's like me right now, man. She is sick of this shit. She went on a huge rant about Alexa Bliss, huge rant about how these fucking bitches don't give a fuck about anything. You know what I mean? That they don't even like fucking wrestling, and that people like her and Nia Jax, etc., can't fucking make it to certain aspects of the women's division, etc. Totally get that. Big Cass lost his shit talking about Enzo, talking about the fans and the smart fans just cheering him now because he's on his way up. I'm such a big fan of Big Cass right now, dude. Fuck yeah, that guy. Like.
Real quick.
What?
Wasn't Sasha Banks just in like almost a fucking half a year long story between Charlotte and getting the fucking women's title back and forth to her?
But just like how you and Anthony and Trey and all of us said we're getting sick of that shit and they changed it and then they fucked her all up. It's like that's all she had to got going on there. But by the way, Trey, say something really quick.
Yo.
Okay, yeah, it's just you're really good at being quiet. Holy shit. Like it sounds like it's muted.
Well,
no, I appreciate it. No. But once again, okay, so here's the thing. I don't know what happened at the end of the show, right? All I know is Bray Wyatt won and then something happened. So if you guys can tell me right away, before we even get into the topics, what happened with Kurt Angle?
I love you.
God damn it, Trey.
Okay. Let me explain it. Dude, the whole Kurt Angle thing literally reminded me of Metal Gear Solid. The very first game where Ocelot's talking to Solidus at the end of Metal Gear Solid 1. Like it was pretty much that whole thing.
Oh shit.
Even the show, the way it ended, where Kurt Angle was like, yeah, I love you. Yeah, come out this week. Okay. Goodbye. What? Like he literally could have just said it was so similar to the very last words of Metal Gear Solid 1 with the all right, goodbye.
Yes, of course, Mr. President.
You might as well add the gunshot at the end.
Kurt. Dun, dun, dun.
But to be fair, Trey, it's not like that shit was intentional. Come on. Because as soon as you mentioned that shit, I'm like, holy fuck, that was like so close to the fucking Metal Gear Solid 1 after credits shit.
Yes!
It was so close, but I'm like, that game is like almost 20 years old. I really don't think that came up to mind at that point.
No, I doubt that too, but it was just so similar to that I was like, really? Like, I like, before we started the show, you said you're interested in it and that kind of thing. Matter of fact, I'm reading a lot of theories that a lot of people think it's Dixie Carter. Me personally, I'm not going to predict anything. I'm going to wait till next week and see what it is, but I'm
not predicting shit, but if it is Dixie Carter, damn.
This is as big as Eric Bischoff back in 2003 or whatever the fuck that was, 2002. I mean, this would be one of the hugest things ever.
If it is fucking Dixie, because who else is he gonna say? He ain't gonna be Karen Jarrett.
Fuck that! Fuck that Al.
Yes, he ain't gonna be saying "I love you" to her.
What about his real wife? It's that wrestling chick. What's her name? Fucking Rock the Khan or some shit. Like,
I forgot.
I don't know his wife's name.
But we all know that he ain't gonna say that shit to Stephanie unless it was during the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
What if it's to Triple H? Because here's the thing, like tonight they're having a Kurt Angle special, whatever. And no, here's the thing, it's crazy because I feel like that's fucking. No, there's a reason why I wasn't trying to be gay with it. I was trying to fucking.
I just pictured that shit. Yeah. All right, Hunter. I love you. What the fuck?
I know. It's like I come out of the closet thing, whatever, like R. Kelly, whatever the fuck, like stuck in a closet. No, but the biggest thing here too is just like I feel like it might be Triple H because tonight on the show or on the WWE Network they had the special going on with Kurt Angle. It's just
the Kurt Angle Homecoming.
Oh, that's what it's called, Homecoming. Which, by the way, I like the fucking wording. Like, it sure has nothing to do with Spider-Man Homecoming coming out last fucking week. You fucking assholes.
Just leave it be, man.
No, it's fucking stupid, man. Jesus, stop fucking trying to pick on other shit. Like, make up your own shit.
And I guess one of the big reasons why people are speculating that phone call is Dixie because Dixie's in that fucking episode.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm thinking, but here's the thing, though. Also in the episode, Kurt Angle is getting all fucking super emotional with Triple H. Like, dude, Triple H brought me back. Triple H always helped me out. Triple H signed me back. There's a big, like, emotional, like, where they have tears and they're hugging each other in Vince's office. And I'm like, what if he's saying, I love you, like a bro, I love you. Like, hey, man, I love you. See you soon. And then, like, that's like they're already telling the story of, like, hey, these guys love each other, man. They used to be wrestlers with each other. But then at the same time.
If that's the case, what did you throw in there? I love you, bro.
But then they want you to think, like, well, who is it? Is it female?
I guess. I know what you're going with. I guess.
And imagine, like, back, like, maybe let's just pretend like Kurt Angle fights Triple H for the first time at SummerSlam. Like, this builds up to that. Imagine if in the promo it's like, one day, like, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And, you know what I mean? Like, and they tell that fucking.
It sounds like an R&B song.
Yeah, he just play that fucking bit over and over again. Like, remember, Triple H used to be friends, and then like black and white. I love you. I love you.
I love you. I love you.
I'm not, man. I'm just so intrigued. I can't wait until next Monday just to see what it is.
Yeah.
Or who it is. I just want to know.
Is it guaranteed that we're gonna know?
Yeah, no, because he even said, he goes, why don't you come next week and we'll deal with it together. So whoever it is going to be there next Monday night.
Ooh, I think I know what it is, and I just got heartburn.
What
if it's that same fucking story with AJ Styles and Dixie Carter they did in TNA, where they had some kind of a fucking affair?
Man,
I fucking swear to God, I will not watch Raw anymore, dude.
I don't think they would do that right out of the bat, though.
Kurt Angle was already in an affair storyline. Back in the Attitude Era, right? With Stephanie. Like,
yeah, but they do that all the time.
Why would they do this to Kurt Angle again? I would be so pissed.
Because Kurt Angle is a fucking yes man. I'll let them do anything they want to. And the motherfucker was in that milk truck shooting shit at Stone Cold Steve Austin in his fucking heyday. Like they'll do anything with Kurt Angle. It's fucking, they made the man rap against John Cena and fucking like something.
And this is the best way to segue into that shit because the whole milk truck thing was during the Attitude Era.
And tonight was a huge.
And that motherfucking Universal title promo, dude.
That was so fucking good.
That shit was lit as fuck. Oh my, yo.
That was the best promo of the fucking year. Yeah. Yup. You are muted as fuck.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty awesome. I loved it.
Can y'all hear me?
Bro,
I don't know how many times I was like, oh, throughout the entire thing. Because they were throwing shots at each other.
Yeah, and I was watching this with somebody and literally watching the show, I was like, oh shit, fuck, damn, you see that? Like, I was like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, holy crap,
bro,
like, really in each other's face and shit. It was fucking crazy.
Bro, think about it. Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, and Paul Heyman were in one of the greatest fucking promos of the fucking year.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk?
Who would have done Brock Lesnar was the best part of that promo?
Brock Lesnar was like, shit, buddy, get out of here. I was like, nah. Oh.
Dude, okay, so Trey, how'd you feel about this promo? Because, you know, I think you're a promo guy. You like promos and shit and wrestling a lot. You know what I mean? That's a big thing. That's probably why you like John Cena a lot, because it certainly isn't his fucking wrestling skills. But anyways, but what'd you think of the promo? What'd you think of Brock Lesnar finally getting on the mic?
John Cena is the best wrestler of the modern era. Anyway, I was surprised. I was shocked. Brock Lesnar, because you know there's times in this era of the reality era where Brock got on the mic and it was just bad. It was just like, this time, nah, boy, he brought it.
Yeah, he brought it as
Yo,
fuck,
that-
man.
That was
That was-
sitting on the mic right there.
Yeah.
At one moment when he and Samoa Joe were fucking like this against each other, I'm like, yo, I really think they're really about to fight. Not even a fucking wrestling match right now.
No, Samoa Joe, like, dude, we gotta give him some respect here. He's a good actor, man.
Shit.
He is such a great fucking actor.
I love it. He's like, I almost got you last night, and you motherfucker never beat me. I was like, damn!
And Roman Reigns is like, you got his number, but what the fuck happened last night? Like, Roman Reigns was, man, I love Reigns. I'm getting
Reigns blew my mind when he was like, you couldn't take care of Braun Strowman because you don't know what to do, and you're never here to take care of him. I was like, oh,
dude, Reigns whooped everybody's ass, like, as far as fucking, like, promo-wise. I loved Reigns, and he did it all calm and shit, too. Fans are hating on it. Then the fans started doing the Roman chant. He won the fucking crowd over, dude.
Oh my god, it was so
Yes.
fucking. Oh, I want to rewatch that fucking promo.
Oh, I'm going to. I ain't watching. I'm going to.
I never expected to sit here and be in shock and awe at Roman Reigns in a fucking bro. At Brock Lesnar's face, for example. And he's like, fucking Paul Heyman sitting there talking, and Brock's like, give me that shit, man.
Yeah.
You really think you deserve this motherfucking title shot? You don't deserve shit, buddy. Get out of here. I was like, oh.
No, but here's the thing, though. You know what I'm really happy about? And Trey, I'm going to ask you what you think of this, too. But me and Hobie were nerding out over this, like, a month ago. Like, a little bit, like 2 weeks before Great Balls of Fire. But, dude, that whole thing we talked about with SummerSlam, the Fatal 4-Way.
Fatal 4-Way? Oh.
Dude, it's going to happen, man. It's because Braun Strowman did not show up tonight. Next week, when they're having that fucking match, Braun Strowman's going to come out there and beat up both fucking Bray Wyatt, or, goddamn.
Yo, Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. And by the way, isn't this great? Just like the Attitude Era, every single person on the roster right now is important. Like, Rollins is important. Big Cass keeps talking about WrestleMania matches and fucking Battle Royals and all this shit. Goldust is on the up and up right now. Fucking, dude, like, every single person, they can, if someone got injured, you can just pick anybody else from this entire roster and put them back in the main event scene. Anybody. Yeah. Even The Miz, he has a fucking empire, and he has a whole, like, fucking, you know, group together.
Mr. Raj, yeah. Man, this is obvious with the Shield reunion, because Madison Square, let's just get into it, right? Because at the very end of the Raw, before the Kurt Angle Metal Gear Solid bullshit, like,
which, by the way, is my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, me too.
It is. Dean Ambrose came in the ring to help Seth Rollins after the Miz and the Miztourage came in the ring and tried to jump on Seth Rollins. And it's like, man, it's obviously going to be a Shield reunion, especially with the Madison Square Garden show, which, you know, for some reason they do Madison Square Garden only house shows now. But there was a house show recently with Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, and, Saturday.
Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns were in the ring. And at the very end of the match, they were like, well, for one, Dean Ambrose is probably 13 beers in and too drunk to come out here. And two, don't worry, we hear you. As in people wanting that Shield reunion. So this is obvious that this whole Shield thing's coming together with them going against the Miztourage. Now, how I feel about that, I'm kind of mad about it, especially because the Miztourage just came together. And I don't see the Shield coming together as a 100% full-on thing. I think it's going to be a one-time thing, and then they're going to start trying to go for the title again like they did before. So I just don't know how to feel about it. I feel like this is SummerSlam fan service for the fact that they're not going to know what to do with it, which takes away from the Fatal 4-Way theory you guys had as well, unfortunately.
The thing is, I feel like what's going to happen is that there's no way that no one's going to be excited to see Dean Ambrose versus Miz inside of a fucking Hell in a Cell. But when Hell in a Cell comes, and it will be a Raw pay-per-view, I think 3-on-3, first ever 6-man Hell in a Cell. Oh no, it's not the first ever. I think DX and what do you call that? The Spirit Squad.
Legacy.
Yeah.
Oh wait, was it Spirit Squad?
I think it was Spirit Squad. Or no, Vince and Big Show or some shit. I don't know what the fuck it was. But Jericho, okay, yeah. But I know that, like, I haven't seen, like, a 6-man Hell in a Cell match before. I don't think we have. And
well, no, 6-man tag. Because we've had the Armageddon Hell in a Cell.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm kind of wondering. Like, what if we have, like, the Miztourage versus Shield inside of Hell in a Cell, and then, you know, after Hell in a Cell, maybe they have, like, one more match, or maybe, like, they had to team up together, like, Shield and those guys versus SmackDown guys, and then right after that, around TLC or wherever that pay-per-view is going to be at the end of the day, the Shield's like, okay, we've been working together the last 4 months, but that fucking Universal title, like, we got to get whoever's on the top, whether it's Samoa Joe or fucking Brock Lesnar or whoever it is on the top. I feel like Shield can have a good 4 months of just doing great shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I think if that was the case, if they were to do the Hell in a Cell match, it would have to be a tornado tag. Because there's no it wouldn't make sense for you to tag in and out like during a cage match or like a Hell in a Cell match. It would definitely have to be like a tornado.
Or be like a tag team elimination Hell in a Cell.
That could work.
Never been done.
I don't know if I would want a Hell in a Cell. I just want them to fuck each other up.
Oh, of course, yeah. But I mean, I just feel like there's no other show I feel that makes sense. Like maybe bragging rights. I mean, if they're gonna
or Survivor Series.
Yeah,
but that's way too long. That's a way long time from now, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's like what 4 months away. I think. Yeah, about 4 months ish away.
Well, we do got 2 months for the SummerSlam thing, and then obviously the Universal title, like whatever gonna happen after the aftermath. You know, but we were saying, Trey.
I think it's 5 months. Isn't it Survivor Series in December normally?
No,
no, it's November.
That's TLC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that, man. I mean, I'm curious, but yeah. And speaking of this whole thing too, because there might be people that are going to be also in this Universal title thing eventually. But like the Miz and the whole thing with them too, like I'm really bored of Miz versus Dean Ambrose. But Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, man, they're really killing it as far as like wrestling, talking shit.
They finally have something.
Yeah, they finally have something, and it's so much better than a Social Outcast. Like they're not making jokes of themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it this way, it's like it feels like they had to go make jokes out of themselves in order for them to get somewhere. Like, look at Jinder Mahal; he was in 3MB, now he's a fucking world champ. You know, it's like I guess you have to go through the whole being made fun of or make fun of yourself. Like even Heath Slater, the 3MB, now he's like the fucking Rhino, and then they won like the first ever SmackDown Tag Championships and shit, like and now, fucking finally, Bo Dallas is not believing anymore. Now he's like, "Fuck your believing shit. I'm gonna fuck you up now." It's like finally something,
Yeah, and try like, yeah, I don't believe in this fucking shit anymore. This goddamn piece of shit career that I got about fucking jobbing every single person on the goddamn show. I mean, that really got annoying after a while because he's so good, and I love when he just loses his shit on somebody. You know what I mean? That shit was awesome.
Yeah, and I really like how he's I really like his look now, like the fucking.
It's like a little American Badass E.
Yeah, it's like a little American Badass, like the whole biker. I was like, because they're kind of going off of what he did in the Marine 5, and I'm totally fine with it. If they wanted to incorporate that, fine. It's kind of working for both of them, because they were both. They're all three of them, like Curtis Axel, Miz, and what's his name. Bo Dallas were all in the Marine 5, and they're kind of incorporating that shit with Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. If that's the case, it's kind of working with me.
Yeah, no, me too, man. And I wish Dean Ambrose would do something better. Raw Talk, it was a big thing, and I was kind of hoping that they would go in this direction because Big Cass was really like in Renee Young's face, and same with
I saw that shit with the whole "I'm 7 feet tall" Renee or some shit like that. Yeah,
I was wondering, like, man, like if she does that whole like I'm scared, he's fucking 7 feet. That would be, I think that'd be good enough reason for Dean Ambrose to get off this feud and go after Big Cass. Which Dean Ambrose versus Big Cass, I'm really curious how that would work. That'd be fucking awesome.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be very interesting. But who knows if that's even gonna happen right now because Big Cass, the Big Cass hole, which I think he's trying to get that over, which is kind of cool because he did that on the Raw Talk. I think he did that tonight too. Did he not? Or
I believe so.
Yeah,
I kind of skipped it a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Only to catch up on time.
Yeah, I caught the promo at the last minute, so I didn't really hear the whole promo for the most part. From what I did hear, he's pretty much being the opposite, where Enzo's selling you the emotional aspect. Big Cass is selling you the monster aspect of it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I feel like me personally, Big Cass's promo skills have improved since then. Not being with Enzo anymore, he doesn't sound robotic anymore. He doesn't sound generic anymore. Like that's something I hear from a lot of people before.
Oh yeah, we've even said that. It's like he just sounded fucking retarded every time he was on the whole soft thing.
Yeah.
What is it? SAWFT, and it's like, dude, like you've been doing it for so long.
So.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I'm really liking Big Cass's thing. I like the castle thing. It kind of reminds me of fucking Mr. Anderson when he was like, "I'm an asshole," from TNA. Like, I kind of like the whole when Kennedy / Anderson needs to do that in TNA. But it's just like with the PG environment. Like, are you gonna do like Cass puns? Like, you know what I mean? Like, welcome to the castle of big cast, or you know. Like,
I hope that. But I mean, with all the shit that he was running off about being the giant and shit, the fucking Big Show came out and laid him out, man.
which is fucking awesome. The Big Show, man, I am so happy with the Big Show. That fucking thing on Chris Jericho's podcast of him talking about how he hates coming to the shows and everything. I think that really worked. Like, Trey, did you hear about that podcast?
I listened to that shit though. He's like, fuck TV, man. I like live shows.
Exactly. And like Trey, like, I mean, I don't know. Did you ever hear that podcast? I think I brought it up to you before, but I forget.
Yeah, you did bring this up to me before. I haven't listened to it yet. I have it downloaded on my phone. I just need to really get to it because I'm backlogged right now on all the wrestling podcasts and stuff. But man, Big Show's doing really well with himself on the main shows. And it's so weird because somebody at work sent me the Rock versus Big Show promo. It wasn't versus. It was like they're both part of the corporation. And it was like Big Show's first time on the roster or whatever. He was
is this when The Rock was like, Vince, who is this Rudy Poo?
Yes.
Yeah.
This was I remember that shit. It's on the Rock's DVD, one of them.
Yeah, and it was just so cool, like seeing that and seeing how far Big Show has come along the way. He's had his ups and downs and everything, but right now I'm generally enjoying his ups, and I feel like the stuff he's doing lately is ups. Now he just needs to stay consistent because the whole heel turn, face turn thing he's been doing is kind of messy. But I'm proud of the dude.
That shit was what fucking dropped his stock. Was the whole face turn, heel turn, face turn, like every 3 days. Like that was just plummeting his fucking stock.
No, I completely agree. That shit was really pissing me off too because even Big Show was said, and he said this in a Stone Cold podcast where he was like, I think people don't like my whole character and everything because he has no integrity. Like that's a big thing is like certain characters, especially heels and faces, when they stick to a certain character. Even Ted DiBiase. He may have never been face, but when he did go like someone neutral or not so heelish, or when he was a manager, still he's a money man. He has integrity for money. That's his character. Like he sticks to who he is. He has his rules. Same with Stone Cold. Even if he ran away from a bad guy as a heel, Stone Cold's a sadistic rattlesnake motherfucker. He's gonna stick to his shit. CM Punk still dropping pipe bombs. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like Big Show. Why would Big Show ever be scared? Why would Big Show ever turn on certain people? And after crying a month before,
yeah, it's like Big Show's like the tallest, biggest motherfucker they got. Why would he run away?
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like Kane doing some goofy shit. Like it's like corporate Kane, except Big Show does this every month. You know what I mean? Like at least Kane will do this once an era. So it's just kind of like fucked up. But I think Big Show's on the rise right now.
Like Kane doing a spinneroonie.
That was some rough shit. And I like in the chat right now too, Robes, he's saying that ups and downs is an understatement, man. He was sent to developmental like multiple times. And it's funny too because I remember him going to developmental in OVW around 2002, 2003. And when he came back, the first fucking month he beat Brock Lesnar and beat him for the undisputed championship. And Paul Heyman betrayed Brock Lesnar, which is funny because I want to bring that up too. Tonight, when Brock Lesnar took away the microphone from Paul Heyman, do you think that that's kind of like a push in the direction of maybe Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman splitting up?
No. It's been done many a times before. Brock has always done something like this. I doubt this another time of Brock taking the mic away from Paul Heyman is going to be a cost for that because he's done it millions of times. And Brock Lesnar has something to say. Brock always takes the mic and he lets him say it. And like I said, in the past, it's been bad. The promo Brock's cut have been bad for the most part. But tonight, he killed it.
Yeah.
Tonight, man, he was pure fucking UFC tonight, though.
Yeah, that was. I mean, he literally, even said shit, which was amazing to me.
Oh my god,
I ain't gonna do shit. It's like fuck.
He's like, you don't deserve shit, buddy. He's like, get out of here.
No,
he's like, you're not getting shit out. I'm like.
And it makes you kind of hate him. Like, okay, Brock Lesnar's funny, and we're cheering for him, like, oh, fucking it's cool. But we're like, we think about this kind of behind the scenes wise. As a fan, because I watch these as a fan completely, and it's like, I would hate Brock Lesnar. Like, that shit, was like, ooh, Joe, fuck that bitch up, dude. Like, haven't talked to you like that. Like, you don't deserve shit. Like, I almost beat your ass last night, motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was awesome.
And that's why I love what Robert was like, you got his number. What happened last night? I was like, shit, Robert!
That was fucking great, dude.
Robert, he's trying to die right now. I was
so...
like, everybody's trying to kill each other right now. It's like the greatest fucking segment ever.
I love the segment, but then we get to something that it just ruined the whole night for me personally. But the Groundhog Day in the women's division, man,
Skipped it.
Yeah. Because here's the thing, and the reason why I even have it on here, because we can bring up Goldust and R-Truth having the most boring fucking match I've ever seen.
And ironically enough, it was boring, but they actually had a fucking match.
They actually had a match. And then another thing, too, the Hardy Boys, like, they had a great fucking match last night. That 30-man Iron Man match was great. And tonight, Matt Hardy pushed it that much further, bringing up the broken Hardys. He said, I'm injured, I'm hurt, I'm broken.
They want to fade away and cast ourselves as obsolete. Oh, shit.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy said it. It was great.
Yeah. I kind of marked out.
Yeah, so obviously that's there. The Revival came back again, so now they're back in the whole thing. So a lot of things were done there, and we could bring that up. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because last night, fucking Sasha Banks, one of her best promos I've seen in a while. Sasha Banks went up straight up CM Punk.
On the Raw Talk.
Yeah, and it just completely went off about Alexa Bliss and how women don't give a fuck about wrestling and how she should be getting the women's belt because she gives a fuck about wrestling, been watching her whole life. And tonight, it didn't change anything. She did the exact same shit that she's been doing this whole time. That promo meant nothing. Fucking nothing. And that pissed me off so fucking much. It was so boring tonight. Once again, the Bayley entrance. I hate when Sasha Banks comes out with her broken ass hips. Fucking doing. She has like instead of a bobblehead doll, she's a bobble hip doll.
Bobble hip doll.
She's a fucking bobble hip doll. And then she stops and she's like, I'm not alone, people. Bayley, like you guys give a fuck. And then she comes out, the longest, boring, silly entrance. The crowd is dead. The crowd don't give a fuck.
But Nick, the little girls need someone to look up to.
Oh man, Trey, like what you feel about this, man? Like I know you're making jokes right now, but you gotta be pissed off. I feel like you're hiding anger in you right now.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing. This morning, I did not watch Raw Talk. However, I did see the Sasha Banks segment because people were talking about how Sasha Banks called out when Alexa Bliss didn't know the difference between Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. And I remember seeing something like that on the internet. So I was like, oh shit, you know Sasha. But like I said, yes, as I know when to lower my expectations. And I knew this was going to go back and be the same old crap over and over again. Because the thing is, I don't even know if it's the women's fault or if it's the writer's fault. But like the thing is, I feel like the Raw Talks, the Talking Smack, they're pretty much off the cuff kind of thing. But the thing is, the off the cuff stuff normally doesn't really affect the shows as much on Raw Talk, it seems. Now Raw Talk is after every pay-per-view. At least with Talking Smack, some of the off the cuff stuff ends up affecting the actual, stuff that happens in the shows. But with Raw Talk, it's like Sasha Banks had a chance to cut up that awesome promo, which she rarely gets to do because most times some of her promos sound really fake. Yeah. And she got to really cut one, and it was great. It was awesome. She kind of let some bliss on her shit. But it's like, but that wasn't ever going to affect the show. And I knew that with my experience with how Raw has been the past couple of months that we've been doing the show. So, or last year, we've been doing this for a year now, I think.
Yeah, but we're running our fucking anniversary soon.
A year that we've been doing the show. So it's like, I'm not really that mad. Matter of fact, this match was my bathroom break for the most part. I was like, it's unfortunate, but you guys ain't SmackDown women, so I just went to the bathroom.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too. Like, even Trey just said exactly what I was thinking. Back to the bathroom breaks. I mean, if you're going to be doing, like, because before 205 Live was becoming the bathroom break, and then they started getting better, too. The matches started becoming, like, match of the night every single night. And we don't bring up match of the night on this show, because I feel like everyone's doing that on their own podcast, and we're just talking about the writing, we're talking about the storylines, we're talking about, like, the episodic television portion of wrestling, and not, like, how great the matches are. And sometimes that is important. I mean, we won't get that wrong. But it's like, you got to tell a story, and, 205 Live and the women, it was different back then. Now 205 Live has storylines, and now the women is like, oh, let's have a tag match. I mean, as long as the women's champion's in there, it counts as a segment. It's like, fuck you, dude. I'm not gonna watch every single women's match because you say women's revolution. It's not a revolution. I don't give a fuck. It's boring,
Yeah.
Like,
I've never even really gave a fuck, even back then.
Because I give a fuck. You didn't give a fuck during Charlotte versus Sasha Banks for that?
No, maybe for like one match because it became the exact same shit that's going on now. Because like you just said it right there in the chat with the whole tag match happening like 4 times already.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck about Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss versus Bayley and fucking Sasha Banks. I'm sick to death of Bayley and Sasha fucking Banks. It's like right now, it's like I'm having Cena syndrome with them. You know what I'm saying? It's like the less I see of them right now, the fucking better. Like, I'm getting sick to death of them. Or if I want to see Bayley or Sasha Banks, change them the fuck up. Because I don't give a fuck about Bayley and her fucking stupid little wavy fucking things that always
dildos.
The inflated motherfucking stick figures that always fall over and hit her in the head every time she walks out. But it's like,
no, well, I was gonna say because Trey, his arm's gonna start hurting.
yeah, no, that's why I was like,
no, but like Trey, because I'm wondering like how. I mean, maybe you're just like, Hovig, like maybe don't make as much of a point. Because I'm curious, I'm gonna have you two fucking fight each other.
I actually kind of agree with Hovig in terms of that. But Hovig, I really recommend you listen to Bailey's podcast.
On Stone Cold Steve Austin's. Yes, yeah. I've already heard it. Heard it. That's why I brought up the whole changing Bailey up, is because she's got a good point on that. They need to change her up instead of making her like the twin little sister of some fucking.
But she said that shit.
Because even she's sick of it. Like even she,
she's godforsaken sick of it. She's like, I'm tired of this shit. She's like, change me up. She's like, one of the big reasons why I didn't even use the kendo stick during the Alexa Bliss match is because,
wow. Here's the thing, man, and I hope Anthony does not watch this fucking show because that I love, like. I'm so glad she said that shit. And Big Show is paving the way for these motherfuckers, man. Someone needs to give that motherfucker an award because if she goes on podcast and says that shit, knowing that it could potentially hurt her fucking career because Vince doesn't like people having individuality.
She
even happens and everyone starts doing that. You know what I mean? Like,
so basically, what happened on that podcast is like she actually was asking Stone Cold. It's like how did you do it? Like from the whole the Hollywood Blonde to the Ringmaster to Stone Cold. He started. Giving her like little anecdotes of what happened, and then she's like, "I would like to change myself, even if it's as far as like taking my hair out of the ponytail, leaving it down, something." She's like, "I just want to do something, just change myself." That's great.
Yeah, and yes, Trey, I am your father.
Man, I was trying so hard not to laugh because I was reading that. I'm like, oh, I lost my train of thought right now.
Basically, with the Women's Revolution thing. NXT is what made me care. Matter of fact, NXT is what started the Women's Revolution in the first place. Because while we were having the whole Nikki Bella, like doing the whole Divas champion thing or whatever, we had awesome matches with Bayley and Sasha. Sasha Banks being the NXT Women's Champion at the time. Then we had Bayley. And even right now with Asuka. Like, Asuka's reign was getting a little stale, but ever since Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross and Ember Moons came in the picture, I really care about the NXT Women's Championship again. So I feel even with the original Four Horsewomen back when they were at NXT, they're the ones that made me care for the Women's Revolution. Now, when they tried to bring that to the main roster, it didn't work out because, in my opinion, I feel like there's a difference between how Triple H wants things run and the difference with how Vince McMahon wants things run. And main roster, we're seeing the Vince McMahon way, and it's not that great. I mean, literally, Rose brought us up, the TV Cup thing, because we know these women can really go. I just feel like they're being held back so much. Matter of fact, like Bayley versus Sasha at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, the first one, is still one of my favorite matches in recent memory because they fucking tore the house down. That was even better than what I saw at Wrestle Kingdom that year.
Oh, sorry, Trey. Right.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, no, so what I was just going to say is what my friend said at work, and I happily agree with him, is that they should just take every single woman on the show and just make them a side brand.
Dude,
like,
I
just
love
give
you.
them. They should just give them their, like, get rid of 205 Live and just put them all in a fucking show, like, even if it's on the network.
Dude, I thought Total Divas was going to be that. I thought it was going to be a show where the ropes are fucking pink, and they have female commentators, and they have women fucking wrestle, and then have the main bad guy, the villain, be a dude. And be a man who's like, you do this, you do that, fucking dick and balls.
So a more serious glow.
Yeah. I love you. Yes, like, absolutely.
But yeah, that's what he said. And I was even going to bring it up right before you did, Trey. To me, the fucking Women's Revolution is NXT. Like, Nikki Cross, badass. Ruby Riott, Asuka, awesome.
Yeah,
and Ember Moon, fucking badass. Like they're all fucking amazing on there. There might be a couple more than I missed, but like Liv Morgan and all them, they're fucking great. Like they should literally take all the women and just give them their own fucking get rid of total bitch ass and then give them an actual wrestling show, a full on women's wrestling show, an hour, 2 hours, whatever the fuck.
You know, Globe may have paved the way for that because imagine if they did something where they continue on. They don't call it Total Divas, but they continue on with that kind of like reality TV shit. Except it's not reality TV; it's completely fake, or at least they admit that's fake, basically. Because we know Total Divas is actually
WRW, Women's Revolution Wrestling. There you go.
Oh my God! Promotion.
Promo that shit.
That's why I like, and I remember a couple last year, I guess. Damn. Like I was always like complaining, like, oh man, I don't want to see the 4 horsewomen go to the main roster because I feel like they're gonna be missed up on the main roster. And I think I even remember saying, but let me hold my judgment. You know, it's been a year, and with my judgment right now, I feel like the only relevant 4 horsewomen out of Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte, and I'm forgetting somebody.
Becky
Lynch. Damn, I'm about to say Becky Lynch is the most relevant one. I'm forgetting her name. But Becky Lynch, to me, is the most relevant one because she's the one still getting things done on the main roster. On SmackDown, I don't care about Charlotte on the main roster. I don't care about Bayley and Sasha, which is unfortunate because, like I said, they had one of my favorite matches of all time in recent memory. So it just kind of sucks how the 4 horsewomen just kind of flat because in NXT, they were total badasses. They led the Women's Revolution the way it was supposed to do. It's just that for some reason, and I think it's a Vince McMahon thing, because I always got to do that comparison, is like because of Vince McMahon won things run, it just didn't work out.
Yeah, and the thing is, and I'm talking to Robes in the chat about this too, because I feel like what they're doing with the women's division is a lot of just like, they're not, I mean, it's kind of like almost hypocritical because then again, like 2 weeks ago they had women main eventing the show and things like that. So it's like, obviously they do want to put stock into the women's division, you know, etc. But it's just like these characters are being held down by so many scripts and so many writers and the whole thing. Like he brought up Stone Cold. He's like, yeah, well sometimes you need leverage. These women are all new. Most of these girls are from NXT from fucking 2012, like, and you know, around that time. So it's like everyone's probably like, yeah, I want to lose my job. I'm gonna do what the fuck the company tells me to do. I'm not gonna like try to risk
Well, of course, but even Stone Cold at the time didn't even have leverage because he was still new with the company as the ringmaster. So he just said, "Fuck this! I don't like what I'm doing. I'm just gonna do it."
But that was during a time where WWE literally had 2 Raws that were fucking house shows. They just recorded on a camcorder and literally released as a USA episode. And I'm thinking, like, even with that said, you know, Stone Cold was doing that, and he was still being held back. Like, I don't know if you guys know the stories, but, you know, obviously Stone Cold was being told, like, hey, don't say ass, don't use the middle finger. Like, that's why Austin would go on the ropes, and when he'd do his whole, like, taunt on the ropes, he wouldn't have the middle fingers out until, like, 1999. Because they still told him, don't be flipping out people all the time. We don't want to get in trouble. We're hearing too much USA shit. But like now, especially with the PG era, it's like, what can a girl do? I mean, they can't ruin their faces because they're fucking beautiful, and they still have to sell their bodies in a way, you know, the fucking models and whatnot. But at the same time, you're only given like 10 minutes of fucking show. That Money in the Bank match they did for SmackDown was awful because it was a 12 to 50 minute match. I can't imagine 2 guys doing a match that good in 12 minutes. You know what I mean? Like,
well, here's the thing though. Like, you just brought up the whole, like, that week where the women main evented, right? Mm-hmm. Because they main evented Raw, and that was pretty good. They main event, that Money in the Bank match was a little better, but not that much. But what killed it that week was Asuka versus Nikki Cross, last woman standing. That match, they went to fucking war. They went to war and into stuff that I fucking wish would happen all the goddamn time. And with the women, it's like really another NXT leading revolution thing. All right, that whole week where the women main evented, they got to prove themselves. And granted, yeah, the Raw got to prove themselves on a normal match basis. SmackDown women got to prove themselves on a ladder match basis. But man, you had Nikki Cross out there literally trying to kill each other, and it was such fucking great storytelling between the two. I loved it. It was great. And it was just one of those things where NXT just does it so much better. And it's such a shame, man. It's like, I believe the storytelling way more NXT than it ever will the main roster.
And I think that's all due to, like, I don't feel like that's the women's fault. I think
I give all the NXT props for anything to 3 letters.
Yeah, HHH, son.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, and then just the people that are there, because I know Road Dogg is doing a lot of things there, and Michael Hayes. He does a lot of road agenting there, or whatever the fuck, or agenting matches and whatnot. But here's the thing that I'm really confused on and kind of curious about, because we're about to go into ratings, and I do want to stick on the women topic one more time because we don't bring it up so often, and I'm really curious. Do you guys feel like the greatness of NXT's women's division is good because of the performers, the girl performers? Or do you guys feel like it's the writers that make it better? Because I feel like if you gave Lana and Becky Lynch, all these girls, a chance, they would fucking destroy NXT's like performance level. If SmackDown gave an Iron Man or Iron Women's match, it'd be amazing. You know what I mean?
No.
Go ahead, Hobie.
Oh, so I was just gonna say it's not even the women. Like, the women could kick ass as much as they want. It's the behind the scenes. It's management saying, like, this is what you're going to go do. But here's the problem. If management's going to tell you what you got to go do and you're not so comfortable or so into it, you're not really going to give a fuck. Like, case in point, these damn tag matches between the same 4 women that we've seen for God knows how many fucking times. You know, it's like, how many times are you going to do the same match, and how many times are you going to do the same match and be mentally in there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you could go in there and put like an A+ match. Like, for example, who was it that was Ruby Riott and Asuka?
Yeah.
The last woman thing.
Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross. Yeah, bro, they go to fucking war. And how long was that match?
I think it was about 30 minutes, I want to say.
Yeah, it was on a regular NXT show, so it couldn't have been longer than fucking 30 minutes.
So Triple H is probably sitting there saying, so you guys are going to wrestle? Last woman standing?
And then he just paused.
Yeah.
Oh, your shit fucked up the internet.
Oh, it did, motherfucker.
I'm sorry.
Is it still fucked up?
No, you're good now. You're good now.
Okay. So, yeah, so it's like, you know, you guys are going to fight, go to war. And
Oh, poor guy.
I'm hoping to get paused again, man.
Yeah, good though.
I'm just gonna go ahead and go with my answer, because here's my answer to this. Most of the main roster, most of the NXT women, like former women, are on the main roster right now. Like, they got the tools to fucking go. It is that with the writers in WWE, they gotta let them go. Because here's the thing. NXT became bland when the 4 horsewomen, Alessa, like when the rest of the women left. It became bland. Like, the NXT women's division really nearly had to rebuild themselves again. Yeah. Just like how the tag team division NXT right now is having to rebuild themselves again. So it's just kind of like, it took them a while. I just started watching NXT again just recently because when Bayley and them left, Charlotte and them left, I was like, whatever, I don't care. But then like Asuka started making me believe her as a champion.
Amber Moon,
Ruby Riott started becoming a thing. Nikki Cross, Insanity, Liv Morgan. I love Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. They're amazing. Like, that whole thing of what they did last year. We're trying to become a relevant tag team, and the women's division was great. It was just like they literally had to rebuild themselves again, and I love that. It's just that with WWE though, the main roster, you don't get that chance. It's more of a one-shot thing with the main roster, and it's such an unfortunate thing because, like I said, they got the stars. We've seen the matches. We can go back and watch all the NXT matches where we saw these women go. It's just that WWE's got to let them be able to go.
Yeah, no, and I completely agree, man. And that's the thing that's really frustrating about, you know, just the state of the WWE women's division. Because, like I said, man, and I say this all the time, I fucking love the women's division. I love every fucking chick on there. And not because of the looks, it's because of the fucking wrestling and the characters. And characters is my number one thing. I mean, when you do a wrestling show, it's fake. It's fucking wrestling's fake. So to build a character, it's like doing a comic book thing. It's just like, how can you make a person that wears a fucking cape, a superhero, interesting? And they do it with women. Holy shit. Like, you know, so I don't know. I just hope to get better with that. But Hovig isn't back yet, and I'm sorry, but we have been on for a long time. So Hovig, hope you come back to give us your rating, man. But for me, I'm giving this show a definite fucking 3 out of 5. It would have been a 4 out of 5, but that, like I said, the women's stuff, the fact that there's a bunch of matches on here that just didn't matter. I mean, the Gold isn't our truth thing, that should have been like a fucking main event for the show. I mean, it wasn't even on the show last night, and it's been a promo or a feud that's been going on for about a month and a half. Where was Gold Dust's cameraman too? He didn't even come up. Like, I thought they had a whole fucking thing going on with that. Why isn't our truth doing movie things? It's not like I want to see those. I don't want to see our truth do like blaxploitation, but if you're gonna do it, then finish it. Don't just fucking drop the shit out of nowhere. So that was bad. The match was boring as shit. R-Truth did not look strong. I mean, it's like, I don't know who R-Truth pissed off, but they're really fucking with that boy big time. The broken stuff, do it or don't do it. Stop fucking teasing me. The Kurt Angle acting, fucking awful. That's all I got, man. 3 out of 5 for me. But that promo with the Universal, Championship feud, whatever, that was one of the best things I've seen in a very, very long time. Trey, take it away, sir. It's all yours.
Yes, of course. Mr. Prince.
Of course.
God damn it, Kurt Angle. But this show was okay. 2.5 out of 5. Like I said, Great Balls of Fire was really good yesterday. Today wasn't really that great of a follow-up, but I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed mostly everything that happened in the show. Big casting, like I said, I caught the promo at the end of it, but it was pretty good. The women's match, blah, Groundhog's Day bullshit. The Samoa Joe, Brock Lesnar, and all them, that promo was the best thing that night. Other than that, I just didn't really care too much about everything else. That Shield reunion thing, meh.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just obviously fan service for the SummerSlam. Which, like I said, it puts a damper on you and Hovig's thing of the 4-way thing. But other than that, it's like, I don't care. So yeah, 2.5 out of 5. Raw was okay.
2.5 out of 5. Now I'm gonna go and speak for Hovig really quick since he's not here, because I feel like he was so excited about that match or that promo and everything. I'm gonna assume he would give it a 3.5 out of 5 or maybe a 4. Because Hovig did seem pretty happy and everything. I wish he was here to kind of defend himself in that sense. But yeah, man, I had a great time at the show. Tomorrow, let's see how fucking SmackDown does. We got 2 weeks until WWE Battleground, and I do not know, how the quality of the show is gonna be tomorrow. We got the Jinder Mahal, Randy Orton, Punjabi prison match built up, and that's it for me mentally. I don't know what other match is being built. I mean, AJ Styles is the fucking United States champion, and we didn't even see that on the show.
Yeah, that happened at a house show. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, and then the whole thing, I thought I was literally, I had this day marked out, fucking July 11th. I was like, this is the day that Paige is gonna return. Now that's not gonna happen because apparently Alberto Del Rio is beating the fuck out of her. Or she's beating the fuck out of him. There was some video or some audio tape. Yeah, on TMZ.
Yeah, flip flop on that. Who beat up who? And then the thing is, the fucking fangirl telling Alberto Del Rio, hey, don't take her. Oh, but I'm a big fan of you, by the way. What the fuck?
Yeah, after they got in a fight, was she chasing him with the fucking soda cup from WrestleMania 22 or some shit, whatever the fuck, But yeah, man, and I'm gonna ask Hovig over here too, what is your rating? What is your rating for the show, Mr. Jarkeesian?
Yeah, Hovig, give you a rating for the show. But while you do that, let me go ahead and do the regular spiel. Yeah, Ringside Hangouts today. We're doing another one tomorrow, and then the midweek is Wednesday.
You almost said Thursday, motherfucker.
I was there. I get used to it. Yeah, we're doing the midweek, and then after the midweek, we're going to be doing Anime Night. Anime Night's going to be based on Studio Trigger / Viewer's Choice, because Studio Trigger didn't got that much anime out. So that's a thing right now. So join us for Anime Night after the midweek chat attack. And, of course, Saturday, the Midnight Chat Attack, 7:30 CST. Join us, watch us, support us, subscribe, hit that like button, all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. Love us.
And here's the thing.
Need your love.
I was right, by the way. 3.5 out of 5. I know my boy. I know my Yeah, people, that's going to be just about it, sir. So only one more thing left to do. I'm going to give you that countdown. You're going to go scream. You're going to be doing all that shit, Trey. All right, you ready for that, baby?
I am.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack.
Attack the motherfucking fuck WrestleMania chat.
Oh, WrestleMania wasn't that bad.
Ah, yes, it was.
Well, for the SmackDown portion. I'm talking shit about that Raw portion. It's Raw, man.
Nah, that whole WrestleMania was cool.
Go, kick your ass, motherfucker.